and on. We are live. Alright. Whew. Man. Yet again. The nostalgia increases. Welcome back to yet another random stream where I just play a game and I kind of just talk about stuff that's been going on. Well, to begin with, I am finally 18. For the very few that log into my streams, which isn't many people, but for the people that have been here on a consistent basis, I just think it's time I went over some things. Okay, so to begin, November 30th was my 18th birthday, which already passed because we are in this December 8th, I believe. And even before that time, we've had a lot of things happen, like the release of the official release of the PS5. But of course, the people who pre-ordered theirs get theirs first, which we all know, because when you pre-order something, you're usually the first ones to get it, because you ordered it before it even came out. But during that time, we had the release of the PS5, which a lot of people were excited about. Of course, with the release of every new console for each generation, it's going to have its little bugs and everything, where it's going to need some time to, repair and be fixed, and have its updates in order to increase the functionality of it. Because let's be honest, each time a new console is released, it's gonna have its moments where it needs to update in order to reach its peak functionality, as well as receive extra tune-ups, just like games. But yeah, now I'm not too big on some of the games that's gonna come out for the system. I've discussed this with people before, but I usually tend to forget, mainly because I don't know, I just tend to forget sometimes. But one thing I can say is throughout the time of playing all the different consoles I've played, I'd say that the PS4 is going to be obviously not just a generational update to our society, but it's definitely gonna create something new. It's definitely gonna represent how the future is going to be, considering that we've had a lot of technological updates. Yeah. Another thing, I don't really know what much to talk about, other than really just what's kind of been going on, because I haven't streamed on this platform in a while, because I get told all the time that I should stream on Twitch, which I've taken into consideration. It's just now, with everyone being in school, the only times I have to stream at all is either during one of my certain break periods during my classes, or whenever I don't have class that day or work. In other words, my days off. I could do it on the weekends, but that would also vary upon my work schedule. So of course I would just ask that everyone be patient. But of course I can't say everyone, as if I get multiple viewers and everything. I mean, combined total, my total views throughout time is a little over 1,000 combined. That's from all the videos I've done these past 4 or 5 years. I've been on this platform whenever I first made my channel, and throughout that time I've had a lot of, well, of course everyone knows that we're all gonna go through changes. We're all gonna go through certain parts of our life. We're all gonna update ourselves in a way, as if it's like a social media profile, but instead of typing in a screen, it's being updated in your body. So Well, what else? What else did I want to discuss? Well, you know, to be honest, I honestly want to say I'm probably not going to be doing YouTube much more. And I know I've said something similar to this in the past, but that's just because I never really... For me, I feel like I've lost the passion for it. And it's mainly because I don't have like the proper setup like a lot of other YouTubers have. But that's just... Those people usually have, you know, editors and everything, which if I were to get into editing, I would have to do my own videos, which would take even longer for proper content to come out if I were to become a serious and dedicated YouTuber. But that would also cut into time that I would need to work on my my classwork. So, you know, it's kind of how that is. But for the people that have still been subscribed all this time, it's mainly because you're either just, you know, you've probably forgotten about my channel and you forgot that you had remained subscribed, or you generally did like you generally do like the streams that I upload, because as you all know, I don't really upload like content. I just kind of stream, because editing for me would, like I said, take a lot more time. Now the reason why I say I might stop though is because I've lost a lot of time trying to get into this. Because I've always complained, in my honest opinion, I've always complained about, you know, the time it takes to edit and finding good edits to make a, you know, a decent video and everything. I would feel like I'm just copying off other YouTubers at that point, so I really kind of just lost my drive. But streaming though, it's different, because everything's live, everything's raw. You don't have to worry about skipping towards a certain part of the video to try and find the most interesting part. It can just be, you know, whatever it is you enjoy. But yeah, this is kind of just another like little update stream that I've had after not streaming for a little while. Because I know sometimes when certain people are gone, other YouTubers, like certain YouTubers, when they disappear off the face of the earth for a little while because of some other stuff they have to go handle, everyone begins to question like, what's going on? Why aren't you making videos? Or did you die or something? I say that because that's happened to a lot of YouTubers recently. And by recently, I mean within maybe like the past year or so. There have been some YouTubers that, you know, that take breaks, or they are out handling business in the real world and they don't have time to, you know, kind of come back and do stuff for their fans, which I don't really have much of a fan base, but for what I do have, I'm glad to have, which if it's a few subscribers or at least a few, you know, people who come by and, you know, stop by the stream, that's cool too. But whenever I don't have streamers, I mean, whenever I don't have people watching, it's alright. I don't usually talk about that. But yeah, this is just kind of what I do now. I do my work, and then after I'm done with that, I either hop on the game and try to play some games with friends, or I could do stuff like this and just make little streams to kind of just discuss what's been going on in my life. I mean, there's really not much else for me to do. Man, I definitely thought of getting back into like the whole, you know, streamer thing, but probably on Twitch, hopefully. Mainly be, like I said, like I had mentioned a few minutes ago, or probably just a minute ago or something. It's just the platform that everyone's on now, especially gamers. The YouTube is really meant for people who upload actual like content, like people like I Am Wildcat or Vanoss Gaming or whoever it may be. I don't know, but yeah, YouTube isn't really for me anymore. So I'm probably gonna end up making yet another Twitch account, because this will be my second one. I don't remember what my first one is, so I'll probably have to make another account, and then I'll just upload from there. And whatever's there will be there, I guess. Man. yeah, that's really kind of it. I really don't have much else to. Oh Jesus, Capri. I did not. You know, honestly, I can't say I didn't expect you to pop up in the stream, but then again, knowing you, yeah, you always pop up. Ugh. I really don't have much else to say on that. At this point, I'm just playing for your entertainment. Because I don't have much else to talk about. Oh, okay. Man. I now see why some YouTubers struggle on trying to decide what content they want to upload, because it feels like people just repeat themselves over and over again, you know? And that's definitely not something I try to aim for. I try to always find something else to talk about, but I don't know. It feels like it's just like a rant at this point, in a way. Seems like one of those little social media rants that people do. It feels like one of those social media rants that people do when whenever they're like upset about something or something didn't go their way, so they had to find people to talk to who seem like they care. Which for a lot of people, that's on like Instagram or Snap or whatever it may be. Not throwing shots at anyone, but I'm being literal. Like, this is if you didn't know how to deal with it before, oh man, just wait until you get into social media. But one thing I've noticed is that there has been a large spike in like drama happening between people. Friends out here practically betraying each other because they said this or did this or was talking to a certain person or something like that, or people who are just being petty for no reason to follow a trend that everybody's going with. That's another thing. That is something else that does come to mind, is the people who like to hop on the bandwagon a lot. People who hop on the bandwagon in our society are people who really don't have much, they don't really have friends, so they have to act like other people in order to receive acceptance from them, you know? That's just how it feels sometimes. It just feels like people have to fake it to make it, which in reality you really should never have to do, even if it's to stop people from knowing a certain thing about you, because you're only making it worse on yourself when you're hiding it, because then it makes you feel 2 times as worse when something happens, such as the person finding out or somebody else going out and spilling the beans, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be. It'll end up making you feel not as good. So I just wish people wouldn't hop on the bandwagon so much. I wish that people would just kind of just stay in their own lane, you know? There are just some things that shouldn't be said, and there are just some things you don't need to poke your poke your nose into. That's just my opinion. Yeah, if you're gonna poke your business if you're gonna poke your nose into somebody else's business, then you need to leave the room. Now, of course, we're all guilty of it. We've all done it before. We've all been nosy. We've all have sometimes spread rumors. We all have said something about Becky and all that. I'm just using Becky as a example. I apologize to anyone who's actually named Becky, but we all, you know what I'm saying, we all always have to discuss someone else's faults or make fun of someone else's disadvantages that they may have that others may not have. People just spend too much time trying to be a part of a trend that that gives them no attention whatsoever. I mean, at this point you're just copying off the original. It's like repeating a meme that people know and trying to claim that it's yours. It's like, no, you stole this from somebody else. Doesn't mean it's not funny. It's just it's not yours. So I don't understand why people feel like they have to change themselves in order to make themselves better. Just be real. Just be real. Because even I in past times I've had to struggle with that. I've had to struggle with trying to find out who I really am, and that's just a person who does his best even in his worst times, still tries, you know what I'm saying, and tries to move on. Because everything in this world, everything is temporary in this world. Every last thing. Food, money, love at times. For some people it can be eternal, but for others it's just temporary. And for that, I wouldn't even really call that love. I would just call that a temporal fling. You know? But then again, but I guess my whole point behind everything I've talked about was just for me ranting and giving I guess a personal update on how things have been, you know? Because it just felt right to do so. It just felt right. I haven't been active much on my PlayStation anymore. I mean, I've gotten back into it a little bit, but I'm definitely not really on it as much as I used to. Because before, I used to spend like almost 24/7 on here, but now it just feels good. It feels good to, you know, reconnect for a little bit. It feels good to start up a stream and just talk about stuff, you know? And just, it's sort of like a Q&A, but I'm the one asking and answering my own questions, so not really much of a Q&A, is it? Well, either way, I'm just glad to be back and alive. Anywho, yeah, I think that's about everything I could talk about or rant about. I mean, there's more, but I can't think of anything right now, so you have to bear with me on that. But yeah, I think other than that, that might be it. So before I do end it though, I do want to show this one clip that I got on someone. Yeah, it was this person. I'm gonna skip right over to the good part, but before I go, I wanted to show this. I usually try to have fun while playing with other people that play the same character I do, because I want to see who's theoretically the better one. So, just all that. I'm just gonna watch from here. But this right here was something this is a combo I've never hit. This combo that's coming up. This is a combo I've never hit, but it looked pretty impressive. That right there. The moment where the guy did his dodge, and then after I did my down air, and then he dodged, and then I paused and came back with another down air to finish the combo. That right there was that was something else. I've hit in a lot of clips, and I've done a lot of like meme type stuff. If I could find it, I would go back and show another match where I had a good clip on, but for the most part, I don't know. It's just funny when I hit clips. It's funny. But I think that's about it. To the one person that logged into the stream, which I know who it is, you know, of course, thanks for watching, and yeah, just whenever I stream again, I'll try to find more to talk about. That way it won't be so dull and boring and repetitive. Yeah. Alright, well, bye.